Hey there, Jim Schlexer with the CEO Project. I talk about delegation all the time, but I want to go in a little deeper on delegation in this conversation, not the 70% rule about when you should delegate or not delegate, but the level to which you should delegate. I've talked before about how much delegation occurs, everywhere from check it out and let me know, all the way to you handle it and I don't even need to know what you do with it. And the question is, how do I decide how aggressively do I delegate a task? Well, one of the aspects that you need to think about as a manager when considering how aggressively do I delegate a task is the reversibility of that task. In other words, if we make this move, if this person makes this decision and it's wrong, how reversible is the decision? And maybe even ultimately, I think all decisions are reversible. How expensive would it be to reverse that decision? Let's take an example. I'm going to delegate the choice of the sandwiches for an event we're having. It doesn't really matter. There's not a lot of risk. And frankly, if it didn't work out, we could order pizza pretty quickly and off we go. So it's a highly reversible decision and it is not very consequential. Let's talk about rebranding the entire company. We're going to change our entire color scheme. We're going to change our logos. We're going to change all our letterhead, the signs on the buildings, the website, everything. Well, that is an extremely expensive, I wouldn't quite call it completely irreversible, but that is an extremely expensive decision that they're going to make. And I would delegate that one very, very carefully. Frankly, I probably wouldn't fully delegate it ever. I'd always want to be consulted on something like that before I allowed a change to make. Let's say, talk about terminating somebody. Terminating somebody is a pretty irreversible decision. And so you want to be careful about that. You may not want to fully delegate the right to terminate somebody until you've seen some proof of success. Ideally, probably you always want to hold the string that you can terminate anybody you want, but you need to talk to me before you do it. Why? Because it's a big decision and it's largely irreversible. So look at the decisions that you're delegating. The reversible or easily reversible or inexpensive to reverse decisions, delegate those hard. But if it's largely irreversible or highly expensive to change it back if there's a mistake, go slow on those delegations.